How can I help you today?
So I'm calling. Thank you, first off, for taking my call. This is really exciting. I've been thinking about calling you for a while. And
Yay!
then, yeah, so I finally got the courage to do so.
Well, you're going to do great.
Thank you. So currently, I'll just give you a little rundown. I'm working full-time. I have a daughter. She's almost 2 years old. My husband's also working full-time. I work in a hospital, which is very unforgiving with our time. With this whole coronavirus thing that's going on, we have been, our daycare has been stripped of us. So my husband's company is being incredibly generous and helping us out with him being able to work remote. But my company, on the other hand, is just, they're not willing to budge. We're coming into September now, next month, where we're going to be losing somebody who has been helping us with some of the daycare, just because she has to go back to work. And unfortunately, we're kind of put in a crossroads. So I'm also not very happy with the type of the line of work that I'm doing. I don't love it. The company I work for is great as far as pay and benefits, but other than that, that's pretty much it. So, for me, I look at my husband's company and I'm like, wow, that's amazing. They help us out, as far as allowing him to work remote. I would love to be in a position like that, but I also like to be at work. So it's been kind of like jogging my mind as to, well, what do I do from here? I have a slew of things I would love to do. My husband is so supportive, and he's like, hey, Steph, whatever it is that you want to do, I support you 100%. However, he also knows that I'm kind of scatterbrained when it comes to what exactly I want to do with my life and my career. So that's basically why I'm calling.
Well, good.
I have
let's do this. You know what our focus is today? Is to see the clues, to see the patterns, to see the similarities in this slew of things you would love to do. I love that you said slew, by the way. This is a great.
Pretty much what it is.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so taking a stab at it, instead, there's so many of them.
Yeah.
I want you to think for a second. All right. I want you right now to run your mind through the slew of things.
So I have a list actually that I've been writing for a while.
How long is the Well, how long is the list?
Well, there's let me see, probably 10 key points.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So,
I know, right?
All right,
Tell me about it.
Oh no. Well, I've never done this before where I've had that long of a list, but I'm going to write right now in my moleskin your list. Give me the 10.
Okay. So public speaking is number 1. Writing, blogging, podcasting, helping people, financial coaching, something that uses my creativity. I love running as a hobby.
Hold on a second. You're getting so fast on me. Financial coaching. What was after that?
Something that can use my creativity.
Okay, what type of creativity are you talking about?
Like writing. I love to write.
Oh, okay. We already got that one down there, so that's good. I'm going to draw that one up there. Okay, keep going.
I like to run as a hobby.
Yeah, we're not worried about hobby. We're going to take hobby off the list. Because you can run. You can, no matter what you do for work, you can always run. You understand what I'm saying? But
I do. I totally get it.
But you gave me a clue there. We'll maybe get to that. Keep going.
Okay. Something that allows me to be partial remote and something that I can still be in the field. I think being something that has that is really key.
What is that? Is that about not being stuck at the desk but being around people?
Yeah, so I like being in the field. I like getting away from my house sometimes. I mean, I don't think working from home is the best option, full time. But I definitely, I really want to find something that has a work-life balance.
Okay, good.
Like I said, I have a 2-year-old, and I commute 2 hours to and from work every day.
Oh, gosh, yeah, you can't keep that up. Now, listen, it's really important that we're not going to talk about that anymore. But I want you to understand that is a very key component, and that is not addressing what you will do. It's addressing how you will do it. Make sense?
Okay. Absolutely.
So we want to figure out what's the work that Stephanie wants to do. Then we go, well, how does she want to do it? And we know you don't want to be stuck at home all the time, and you don't want to necessarily be stuck in the office. Okay, keep going. We should be close here.
Yes, I would love to work with animals. And the other thing is help homeless or low-income families. Help to gain financial stability.
Okay. All right. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. Now, what we've got here is a really good list of clues. Okay. So right out of the gate, number 1 and 2, tell me what I think you're really passionate about doing. This is defined as work we love. And I think you love being verbal. You love communication. When you say public speaking and writing / podcasting, that is the performer. That's just, there's nothing wrong with that. That's how I am. You are very verbal. You're very sharp. You're very put together here on the phone, even though you're a slight bit nervous. You can't tell.
Thank you.
And so you enjoy that. You enjoy the pressure of coming up with content and delivering to an audience. Yes or no?
I do. I love it.
Okay. So number 3 is helping people. This is where we've got to dig, because this is the answer to mission. Talent, passion, mission. Talent's what you do best. I'm assuming that all the things you listed out, you're pretty good at. Yes?
Yes.
All right, great. So we need to spend any time on that. I knew that, but I want their audience who's new to the show to hear this. So then you've been listing out the things you love to do, work that would really fire your soul up. Now we got to go to mission, which is the results of your work. All work creates results. So we want to focus on a mission. And the way we do that is we ask, who are the people that Stephanie most wants to help? What's the problem or need or want or desire that they have that she really connects to? And then what's the solution or solutions to the need or the desire that she gets most fired up about providing? Are you tracking with me still?
I am, yes.
All right, now you know the answer to this. I want you to say it, and I don't want you to try to make it perfect. I want performer Stephanie to go away, and I want the heart behind the performance to reveal itself right now. Who are the people you most want to help?
So the people I would love to help is other women, something along the lines of being in domestic relationships, like domestic violence relationships, overcoming that. And also other working moms who are struggling with work-life balance.
Okay. So that's the problem you want to help solve. So we know it's women, but then you went down, folks, I want you to follow along how simple this exercise is for you. She said, I want to help women who are struggling with domestic violence or have struggled with it. And I want to help moms who feel like they're overwhelmed with all of the stuff. All right.
Absolutely.
So what's the solution? What solution is it? Writing and speaking, giving them content that is both informative and inspiring?
I would love to do something like that.
I'm asking you. I didn't mean to put that in your head. I'm saying, is that what you want to do? Because I'm going back to I'm going back to the work you love to do, which is to speak and to write and to create.
Yes. So everything I ever tell my husband is I would love to do like some kind of a motivational speaking type of role. And he's like, well, Steph,
well, there you go.
Baby steps.
Right. Yeah. So we don't that's right. You don't just start as a motivational speaker. What we start is.
And that's where I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just going to tell you, where you get started on this right now is in your zip code.
Okay.
So the first place I write about in the proximity principle is where you are, the place where you are. Okay. Most people feel like you got to move somewhere to go somewhere in your career, and you don't.
Right.
So in your zip code, Stephanie, where are the women that are dealing with domestic abuse? Where are those moms that are stressed out? Where are they gathering? Whether it's churches, community centers, I can't talk, centers, or online socially, right? So that's where the podcast and social media comes in. The old line from one of my favorite movies of all time, Field of Dreams, says, if you build it, they will come.
Right.
And you've got to build it, and those women will come to you. So you start really small. Start volunteering at your church or whatever. Wherever you do life, find the women that are in that need area. And you've defined very clearly 2 needs. Where are those women hanging out? How do I find them in Woonsocket, Rhode Island? And we start there, right? And you start the podcast. And who cares how many people are listening to it to start? You start it. Start locally, local guests. If you can get some national guests, great. Start blogging. Start writing about what you've experienced. Because my guess is you have a very personal connection to domestic violence.
I do, yes.
Okay. Right from your experience.
Okay. Yeah, see, my problem is that I had started blogging about a year ago, and I took it all down. I was like, this is stupid. Nobody wants to read it. This is just dumb. And I've been thinking about it since, and I'm like, no, who cares if people don't like it? Like, you like it. Somebody's out there who's going to be
wait a
down
second.
to like it. Right?
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Stephanie, are you writing that content for me to stumble upon and read and give you a compliment?
I was probably writing for somebody else instead of just being able to write for myself.
All right, let me ask you the question again. Are you writing that content for Ken Coleman to stumble across it and then send you a note on Facebook and go, really well done. I love your sentence structure.
No,
really compelling.
Not at all.
So listen to me. Listen to me, Stephanie. Who are you writing that for?
I don't know.
No, you
I'm
do.
not really sure.
No, you do. Stephanie, who are you writing a blog post about domestic violence for? Who do you want to read it?
For other women who have been through that.
Yes, you are writing for the woman who is being abused.
Right.
That's who you're writing it for. Not for the rest of us.
Right.
That's what I mean.
We live in such a world of hate, and it's so easy to get caught up in it.
I know, but you know what?
Yeah.
You got to remember who you're writing for.
Yeah, so true.
And you got to write to touch the heart of women that are in a really destructive situation.
Right.
All right, Stephanie. So you know who and you know where they are. You need to start helping them now and then start creating content to help those people locally and keep doing it and don't stop doing it. And then the growth and the platform and the audience and the excellence will all take care of itself. But you got to start doing it now. And you got a supportive husband who is behind you. And we're going to do this on the side. You're going to stay in the hospital job that you can't stand because now you realize it's your foundation for the future.
Is, yes.
All right?
Absolutely.
Hey, Stephanie, listen to me. I really believe in you. And I'm glad you called. And I took a long time. I know I'm long-winded on these calls. I'm just going to call it out. You YouTubers are going, gee whiz, he went 9 minutes with the first guy and 12 minutes. Maybe you're not thinking about it, and I just brought your attention to it. I don't care. Because, Stephanie, listen to me. Let me tell you why I took so long with you. What you're doing is literally going to save women's lives.
Well, that just gave me goosebumps, so thank you.
Well, but that's the truth.
That's awesome.
And I believe that from the core of my being. So you better get about doing it. And I want to hear back from you when you start doing it.
I sure will. I'll let you know.
Stephanie, you matter. You have what it takes.
Thank you.
Press on.
Thank you. Thank you so much for taking my call.
You bet. That's why we do it, folks.